Very good morning. In this session, I'm going to show you the demonstration of legs. Before we go into the legs, let's see what is legs. Legs actually used to create chatbot application where we can design, build, and test your customized chatbot application. There are important terminologies called intent, utterances, prompt, slot, and fulfillment. And these are the steps to be followed. First, you just to open the AWS management console and take the Lex service where you can create a new blank pod with a name. You can take any name as an example. I am taking car booking as an example. So bot name is car booking. Keep the default IAM role permissions. Then that COPPA is no. Then for add language to the bot, you can accept your default options. So followed by you need to specify the intent name as carbook where you need to provide the sample utterances. Sample utterance means what the user will feed the input. That is the initial input of the user. So that is the sample utterances followed by the initial response. What the chatbot need to do the response initially. Followed by slot mean the it will ask the chatbot will ask a few questions to the user, that is called as slots, followed by the fulfillment. After successful completion of all these slots, the chatbot will reply some fulfillment message. After completion, there is a closing message, that is the final response will give by the chatbot. Finally, you can build and run the chatbot. So let's see how to do the demonstration for car booking application. First of all, you just to log into AWS Management Console and take a service called Amazon Lex. Now, I want to create a new bot by clicking this create bot option and select the create a blank bot as an option. Bot name is car booking, car booking. Then keep the default IAM role permission. Then this COPPA as no. You keep the remaining configuration as such. Click on this next. So now you can keep the language as a English and voice interaction. You can keep anything, no issues. And this intent classification confidence threshold level is I have mentioned is 0.40. The meaning for this is initially the user will give some input, so that the match percentage is 40 percentage. If there is a match with the 40 percentage, then it will take it as a okay. So otherwise it's a no, your command is not found. We will see this in while doing the demonstration. Click on this done. Now you see that, so there is a new intent created, and at the same time I have another thing called a fallback intent. I'll let you know what is fallback intent. Let's go into this new intent. So you need to provide the intent name. I just make it as car booking as the car book as the new intent name. So okay, now we need to provide the sample utterances. Sample utterances is simply nothing but while booking a car, what the customer will ask the first question. That is few statements like, for example, book a car. So this is one utterance. Similar to that, like I want to book a car. This kind of question they will post. Otherwise, simply they may keep rent car, and I would like to book. I would like to book car. So these are all the sample utterances. You see that in the previous page, we have given the intent acceptance percentage is 0.4 percentage, which means that 40 percent. So for these utterances, the common word is a book as well as car. So whenever the user giving the first input, if it is match found for 40% match found, then it will take the content and it will push into the next level. So this is the initial question, initial question they will ask, the customer will ask. So that is, I want to book a car to our application. It's okay. Next, the initial response means this response which is given by the our chatbot. That is, I am chatbot is giving the response as okay. Can I help you? Okay. Otherwise, you just make it as I can help you. I can help you. So this is the initial response given by the chatbot. After initial response, there is something called slot, which mean that chat will ask a few additional information, so that information to be provided by the our customers, that is car booking customers. So what I should do is click on this add slot. You need to add a slot. The first thing I want to, the chatbot will ask the name of the customer, so keep here as a name. Now slot type, there are built-in slot type available, so I am choosing the slot type is Amazon dot first name. So the prompt is what is your name. So this is the first question which will ask by the chatbot, what is your name. Next, for any car booking, the important thing is that, so how many members are would like to travel. So I am having the uh, second slot as a count. So that is, I am giving the variable name as the count, where the slot type is, I just make it as alphanumeric. Okay. So the question is, how many members are traveling? How many members are traveling? Okay. Now just add it. You see that the chatbot will ask first what is your name, followed by how many members are traveling. So one more thing is that at what time you need a car. Okay, so that I am keeping the variableized time. So the slot type you can default, you can take it as a Amazon dot time. That is, at what time, at what time you need a car. Okay, so these three questions will ask by the chatbot. After asking all these three questions, there is a fulfillment message will given by the chatbot. That is, thanks for providing details. Okay, and you are, followed by you are booked. Okay, so followed by, actually, thanks for providing the details, Mr. So within these curly braces, you need to mention the variable name, which mean that thanks for providing the details, Mr. If I am specifying the name, so whoever, whatever the input given by the customer, that will be printed here. That is, for example, if I am keeping my name, uh, which mean that thanks for providing details, Mr. Srithar, it will display like that. Okay, so followed by you are booked a car at, you can specify the time. If I want to mention the time, you just to mention the time within the curly braces. For, you just to mention the count. So whatever I mention in the curly braces, all are variables given in the slots. You see that name is a variable, count is a variable, and time is a variable. I have mentioned everything into the fulfillment members. Okay, so that's it. You see that thanks for providing details, Mr. Name. You booked a car at, it will display the time for how many members. Okay, so after completion of all the things, you can make a closing response as your booking confirmed. Your booking is confirmed. So that's it, we created a sample bot. Let's see. First thing is that you need to save this intent. Click on the save. Once the intent gets saved, so you need to build it. So it will take some 30 minutes time to build the complete application. After that, you can test our application. Okay, so now you can see that the build is successful. Now you can test it. Okay, so now our application is ready. I can able to test it. So initially, as I already told you, the first response, first request is given by the customers. So for example, if I am keeping uh, book a car, book car, simply I am keeping it as a book car. Enter. You see that I already told you I have kept as a book car, which means that these book and car is the keyword which is available in your intent. So which means that 40% match already found. So it is checking and it is it is giving the response as okay, how may I can able to help you, and it is asking few additional details that what is your name. So this is done through this slots. First it is asking for the name, so I am keeping my name as Sridhar, followed by how many members are traveling. I am just mention as that 3 members are traveling. At what time you need a key, I just make it as 11 a.m. Just enter. You see that it is providing the responses. Thanks for providing details, Mr. Sridhar. You have booked a car at 11 for 3 members. Your booking is confirmed. So this is how you can able to deploy a chatbot. And here I would like to show one more additional things to you. So that is these. So whatever this intent we created, so that is the slot type we created. You see that if I click the slot type, the slot type available is a built-in slot type. So similar to that, you can able to create our own slot type also. So I'll tell you how to create our own slot type. So the slot type indicate that, for example, here in the car itself, which type of car you want, like whether it is you want a sedan car or you need a hatchback car or SUV type of car you want, then you can able to mention through the custom intent, custom slot type, and you can call the custom slot type inside these slots. Okay, let's see how to create our custom slot type, custom slots. Just to go back to this intent, and you can see something called slot types. Click on the slot types. Meanwhile, I'm closing the test version. I just add the slot type. Just add a blank slot type. Okay, I just make it as a slot type as a vehicle type. Just add the vehicle type. Okay, so now you can see that there are two options: expand values or restrict to slot values. I go into the second option, restrict to slot values. I'll tell you the meaning for this. Okay, actually, uh, our slot value, for example, you have different type of car. For example, I just mentioned sedan, sedan as the key, and the value what I can mention is sedan desire. For example, desire is the one sedan car. So desire I mentioned, I just use semicolon. If I keep semicolon, our value will come into the down. Okay, so what else we have? Desire as the sedan model, and some other sedan model vehicle also you just mentioned, and Tigor I just mentioned Tigor. Okay, now semicolon. You see that sedan types are Desire and Tigor. Similar to that, add another value. Just now hatchback. Okay, so now hatchback cars are Baleno. Okay, semicolon. Tiago. Okay, now just add a value SUV. What you want, like extra is a SUV, and Brezza. Okay, so that's it. I have completed everything. Let's see. Actually, the vehicle type, under the slot type as a vehicle type, I kept it three different slot types, that is slot type values, that is sedan, hatchback and SUV. Okay, so now we will use these our own slot type into our intents. Okay, now save the slot type. Once it is saved, just to come back and you can see the intent here. Okay, just to click on this car book intent and come down. We will add one more slot type here. So that is just to add the slot type one more time. Slot type, this time we know that already given the variable as a vehicle type, choose the vehicle type. The slot type also we are customizable slot type, that is a vehicle type. Okay, so now you can type a statement called what type of car you want, whether it is a Baleno or Desire or Tiago. So just mention. Okay, so whenever that it will the chatbot will ask the question name followed by at what time the car is vehicle, followed by it will ask what type of car also you want. Let's see, just add it. Okay, so you see that totally four slots were added. One slot is what is your name, second slot is how many members are traveling, third slot is at what time you need a car, the fourth slot is at what fourth slot is what type of car you want, Baleno, Desire or Tiago. Okay, just to save this intent. Now again build it and test your application. It will take 15 minutes 15 seconds time to complete the build. After that you can run your application. Almost the bot is ready. Okay, the bot is completed. Now you can test it. Now click on this test. Okay, so initially, as I already told you, so you need to provide the requirement similarly like the statement. Okay, so there is the match percentage is 0.4%, which means 40% match should be found. Instead of that, suppose if I am keeping high, it won't work. Why? Because it will return the fallback intent is fulfilled, which means that it will run this fallback intent. It will run the fallback intent. So we need to book correctly. So we need to give correct requirement, that is book car. Okay, so it is saying that okay, I can help you. What is your name? So I'm keeping my name. So it is asking how many members are traveling. Three members. Okay, at what time you need a car? I just mentioned 11 a.m. Okay, so what type of car you want? So we just mention, I just mentioned Desire. Okay, I just mentioned Desire. Okay, so it is responded as okay. And one more thing we missed here, that is it is successfully done, but the thing is that it is not returning this Desire. What type car? Why it is not coming means, so we haven't mentioned this variable in the responses. Okay, let's add these responses one more time. Okay, just to come to this final, this fulfillment page. You booked a car. You just mention here, that is vehicle type. Vehicle type. Okay. So now what response you will get is thanks for providing details, Mr. Sridhar. You have booked a car sedan at 11 a.m. for three members. It will show the response like that. Once I'm close and test it again, just to test again. Before testing, we have to build it because we have done a small changes in our application. So we have to build it again, then test it. So okay, test is ready. Now you just click on this test once refresh. Okay, so I'm making the first response as book a car. So this is given by the customer. Okay, so you just mention your name, how many members are traveling, 3 members, at what time, 11 a.m. Okay, and what type of car you want, I just mentioned desire. Okay, so you just to see that. Thanks for providing details, Mr. Sridhar. You have booked a car sedan at 11 for 3 members. Okay, it is displaying the statement, and also it is saying the final response as your booking is confirmed. How you are getting this? Your booking confirmed. This is the closing response we have mentioned. Okay, so that's it for the exercise. We have completed and achieved our agenda. We created a car booking Lex application. Thank you.